On December 21st, 2012, I remember sitting in my bedroom watching a massive snowstorm absolutely engulf the outside of my parents' house. Little baby Kressel was curled up, waiting for the end of literally everything I've ever known. That's because, of course, on 12/21/12, the Mayans predicted that for sure the world was going to end due to some catastrophic event. And in my mind, this hellish snowstorm on such a fateful day was a good enough sign. But of course, in reality, that date was just the end of the Mayan calendar, and it just happened to be a pretty brutal winter that year. The internet fooled me into believing a conspiracy theory. In the wild, wild west that is the internet, it's no surprise that conspiracy theories run rampant through this vast land. Anyone with an internet connection and thumbs can get on Reddit or Twitter, X, and post whatever they can think of. Add a picture and highlight some arbitrary part of the image with a red circle, and boom, you just made a conspiracy theory. Most of these theories are pretty mild, but some are so outrageous that anyone with half a brain will immediately dismiss these theorists as downright insane, maybe even schizophrenic. Shout out Joe Rogan.
I have a love-hate relationship with conspiracies.
When it comes to video games, especially games released by Rockstar Games, it's no different. Just searching Rockstar Games theory on Twitter, X, will lead down a rabbit hole of outlandish claims dissecting some aspect of any one of Rockstar's 40-something releases. The GTA 6 subreddit, which has over 1 million members before the game is even out, is flooded daily with new theories about some aspect of the upcoming game. And you better believe Rockstar developers are fully aware of the amount of ridiculous theories people make about their game, and they take full advantage of it.
And is there anything from your time working there, like where you were seeing the stuff that was being said about the game, where you were thinking, oh wow, they're really off base here? Or...
Oh yeah, all the time. You just want to comment. You just want to drop a comment on a video and just be like, yeah, but you can't. You're just like, nope, you're not allowed to say anything or do anything, so just leave them to it.
But what inspires these crazy theories? How do people get to a point where they will confidently announce to the world that they believe the position of the moon in a screenshot revealed to them exactly when the next GTA 6 trailer will drop? Well, it all boils down to one thing: marketing. It's very commonplace in the world of business to spend outrageous amounts of money on marketing. In 2023, Google spent a measly $28 billion on marketing. Amazon, $44 billion. Everybody has a product to sell, and it seems any way you turn your eyeballs, you're hit with some sort of an ad. However, some companies can get away with doing the complete opposite. Tesla, one of the most valuable companies in the world and the most valuable car manufacturer in the world, did just that. Thanks to the notoriety gained by their extremely smart, sometimes extremely odd CEO, Elon Musk, Tesla has managed to position themselves in such a way that they don't need to spend a dime on commercials, Facebook ads, collabs, nada. Instead, the power of word of mouth does more for them than any marketing budget could dream of, as people make car reviews and tweets and memes. Mainstream media creates narratives. Owning a Tesla becomes a cultural phenomenon. People sell the brand that is Tesla. All of this being done, of course, for free. The cars just sell themselves.
Oh my fucking god.
Another company that essentially abandoned traditional marketing? Well, Rockstar Games, of course. After the success of GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar had the epiphany that they no longer needed to follow the norm of hyping up a game or constantly doing press tours to promote a new release. Instead, they focused on creating a game so good that it literally sells itself. It's almost like Rockstar's founders, the Hauser brothers, were working with Elon the whole time. You see what I did there? Conspiracy theory? Anyway, without the pressure of a marketing budget, Rockstar Games has essentially cut any and all contact with the outside world when it comes to giving its customer base any sense of when the hell the game will be released. They give no development updates, one singular teaser, no dates, no nothing. And the results? The most highly anticipated video game of all time. With a budget rumored to be in the billions of dollars, you would expect Rockstar Games to take every precaution imaginable to make sure everyone and their mother is ready to buy GTA 6 once it's finally released. And their tactic for doing this is do absolutely nothing.
The thing is, Rockstar they're very secretive about what they do. And this is a really cool tactic in a sense, right? It creates allure and it creates mystery and it creates people talking about it without them having to do anything. They could easily release the trailer date and be like, hey, this is when the trailer's coming out. But they don't do it, and they don't do it on purpose because it's a really, really good marketing kind of tactic in a sense if you think about it. It creates these really cool theories.
Rockstar Games has reached such a level of success in the gaming industry where they don't need to say or do anything anyone wants them to. Anything they touch will turn to gold regardless of how much effort they put into selling you on it. It seems quite arrogant arrogant to think you're so good that you don't need to do any of the other things that everyone else has to just to have a lick of success. But the reality is, they are in fact just that good. Their parent company, Take-Two Interactive, wouldn't be worth over $30 billion if that weren't the case. They have revolutionized entire genres of gaming, made billions of dollars by doing what they want, and undeniably made some of the best games the world has ever seen. Since they have players in the palm of their hands, they know no matter what they do, they're gonna sell copies. And what this leads to is people going absolutely bonkers online, grasping at straws, thinking up the craziest shit they can to try to figure out what's going on behind closed doors at Rockstar headquarters. Basically, people are trying to fill the void that Rockstar refuses to, thanks to their Tesla-esque style of marketing. And history has shown just how powerful this dynamic is when people are left to their own devices. When the answer isn't clear, people will fill in the blanks with some of the wildest theories they can imagine, just to satisfy some extreme urge they have to know what they don't or can't know. Granted, out of the infinite number of conspiracy theories out there, a tiny amount of them actually turn out to be true. On the extreme side of things, for instance, MK Ultra was a conspiracy theory that started making rounds in the early 50s when American prisoners of war were returning home from the Korean War and were allegedly completely brainwashed by the Soviets, some even refusing to return to the US entirely. In order to compete in the brain warfare that the Soviets were winning, the CIA began testing out mind control techniques on its very own US citizens through the use of a whole array of behavior modification experiments, such as electroshock therapy, hypnosis, polygraphs, radiation, and a variety of drugs, toxins, and chemicals. However, their favorite of all the behavior modifiers was LSD, citing that the psychedelic drug was useful in gaining control of bodies whether they were willing or not. Once investigations into MK Ultra finally began in the late 70s, ex-CIA employees were questioned and the true magnitude of what happened came to light, full of LSD-fueled horror stories. And since the government obviously wanted to keep the story of the MK Ultra program under wraps from American citizens, not a single person involved was ever punished. Fun fact, one of the most notable people to come from the MK Ultra project was reportedly Ted Kaczynski, or better known as the Unabomber. Coincidence? Well, maybe. While Rockstar Games isn't using LSD to brainwash people into buying their products, as far as I know, you can argue their approach to marketing their games is a form of mind control. Since Rockstar knows people want answers, purposefully withholding the answers is going to make players want their games even more. And when Rockstar finally drip feeds them just a bit of their fix, the impact is ginormous, which leads to things like the trailer of GTA 6 smashing multiple YouTube records, like becoming the most viewed video game trailer within 24 hours and achieving the most likes for a video game trailer in history. But when there's no supply of information being given, players go through withdrawals and start creating their own information in an attempt to satisfy that itch for Rockstar Games games. It doesn't help that Rockstar historically likes to mess around with players, dropping little Easter eggs in just about every one of their last few games. And in case you've been living under a rock and you don't know what an Easter egg in a video game is, it is a secret feature placed inside a game that is usually hidden from the public eye until it is discovered by the players, often as a strange occurrence or joke from the game's developers. For example, if you take a stroll down the Walk of Fame in Los Santos, you can find a couple NPCs sporting the Temu version of Master Chief's infamous green armor, which is an obvious reference to the Halo franchise. And since players know Rockstar loves to drop these secret little nuggets here and there, it only adds fuel to the fire that some of these fan fiction conspiracy theories might actually hold some substance to them. Like I mentioned before, if you get on any social media site, you can spend an unimaginable amount of time going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories surrounding Rockstar Games, and probably half of them on the release date of the second trailer for GTA 6. But we'll get to that. One of the more mild theories that I stumbled upon was speculating that since the GTA 5 logo oddly resembles the $18.99 $5 bill, it's possible that Rockstar was teasing Red Dead Redemption 2 since the game's story takes place in 1899. The story is set in a fictionalized representation of the United States in 1899 and follows the exploits of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and member of the Vanderlyn Gang, who must deal with the decline of the Wild West while attempting to survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. I might add that Red Dead Redemption 2's eventual release would come, you guessed it, 5 years after GTA 5's. My God. But this theory loses some credence when you realize the 5 in the GTA 5 logo actually more closely resembles the $5 bill from 1907. Nonetheless, a pretty interesting theory. One of the oldest Rockstar Games conspiracy theories was the infamous Mt Chiliad Mystery in GTA 5. The mystery revolves around solving a strange mural that can be found inside the Mt Chiliad lift station, which is just due north of the Alamo Sea. Players would spend Lord knows how many hours trying to figure out what the various symbols and potential locations were in hopes of cracking the case wide open. theories about aliens, the occult, and alternate dimensions were plentiful in the Mt Chiliad Mystery. The theory became so popular within the community that a subreddit solely devoted to solving the mural was created and amassed an impressive 44,000 members. Unfortunately for these humble GTA conspiracists, Rockstar would do something completely out of character and go on to inadvertently debunk the over 10-year-old theory on November 5th, 2024.
So things like, I assume you're familiar, like the Mt Chiliad Mystery.
Yeah.
And the mural. How did that begin life? And to what extent was there like a journey mapped out for the user, and to what extent was it left ambiguous?
Obviously, there's always a desire to put in these really complex Easter egg hunts and trails that the really dedicated players will follow. As with all Easter eggs, sometimes you just put them in to mess with people. They don't actually do anything, you just mess with people, right? Just to drive them a little bit crazy. Yeah, in terms of how it evolved and the structure of that, it's more the North guys that did that.
It's a bit of a gut punch to those investigating the various phenomena that have been tied to GTA 5's Mt Chiliad. Players have to wonder what maddening mysteries in GTA 6 will be put there to baffle them. With the unbelievable hype surrounding the most highly anticipated game of all time, it's no surprise that the overwhelming majority of conspiracy theories pertaining to Rockstar Games are, of course, centered around GTA 6. I'm not going to dive into every conspiracy about GTA 6's release date because YouTube doesn't have that much bandwidth, but there is no shortage of examples of people going through every pixel they can find for a hint of when GTA 6 will arrive, or literally anything about it. Whether that be some formation of the letters VI in a picture, or writing entire collegiate level analytical essays based off a single frame from the first trailer, there is certainly no shortage of theories. With the only concrete piece of evidence being a single trailer to go off of, the actual level of insanity that some of these conspiracy theories has reached at this point is nothing to scoff at. Potentially one of, if not the dumbest GTA 6 theories that the internet has dreamt up to date was the recent moon theory. Back in September 2023, Rockstar posted a promotional image for GTA Online, which featured a large moon in its waning gibbous phase in the background. The real-life moon entered this phase on December 1st, 2023, which just so happened to be the day when Rockstar announced the release date of GTA 6's first trailer. Coincidentally, Rockstar released yet another GTA Online promotional image with a waning gibbous moon at the start of November 2024, igniting hope among fans for a potential announcement of GTA 6's trailer 2. Yes, that's right. Players were actually taking a screenshot from a GTA Online promo tweet and literally analyzing what position the moon was in and correlating it with Rockstar Games cryptically hiding the release date for the second trailer of GTA 6. Mind you, Rockstar Games hasn't confirmed that there will even be a second trailer. I can confidently call this the dumbest GTA 6 theory because of the amount of reach involved and the fact that the trailer release date that the moon theory proposed, November 22nd, 24, has of course already gone by at the time of this video. I know, I too am very surprised. Whether it be the world ending seemingly every year, the government spying on us through birds, or any other of the infinite number of conspiracy theories in existence, there's no shortage of entertainment to keep the human mind occupied. We yearn for the unknown, and when it comes to something like Rockstar Games and any one of their releases, if they're not going to give us the information we so desperately need, well then we'll just have to source it ourselves. Or just make it up and post it on Twitter. But remember folks, patience is a virtue. And in the wise words of BB Rexa and maybe even the Beatles too, if it's meant to be, it'll be.